Welcome to Lesson 50, Graphing Inequalities. At the top of your notes, I've listed a few steps just to remind you of how to graph an inequality on a number line. First, you need to create a number line that includes the endpoint that is needed. Then you need to determine if the endpoint should be an open or a closed circle. And from the endpoint, you need to draw a heavy line with an arrowhead to show what the solution set includes. But before we even do that, we want to determine which numbers from this set of values is a part of the solution set of this inequality, just to show you, just to remind ourselves of what a solution set is. So a solution set is a set of numbers or a number that makes the equation for the inequality true. So we're going to start with 0 and just plug it in for the variable. So we have 0 minus 4 is greater than or equal to 2. Now if we solve this, that would just be negative 4 is greater than or equal to 2, which is not true. So 0 is not part of this solution set. The next one is 2, so 2 minus 4 is greater than or equal to 2. So if we subtract 2 minus 4, that would equal negative 2. And negative 2 is not greater than or equal to 2, so that's not true either. So 2 is not a part of the solution set. So if we do 4 minus 4, that will give us 0, and 0 is not greater than 2, so that also doesn't work. And the last one is 6, and 6 minus 4 is 2, and 2 is equal to 2, so that does satisfy this inequality. So 6 is the only one in this list that is a part of the solution set. And it would be anything greater than 6. If we were to fill in a 7, 7 minus 4 would be 3 is greater than or equal to 2, which would also be 2. So you can see the pattern there. Now using the steps, we're going to graph these inequalities for A and C actually, and then we'll graph B and D on the next slide here. But the first step is to create a number line. And to create a number line, all you need is a line with arrows on each end and some lines in between that are labeled with values. So our inequality needs to represent 7.9. So I'm actually going to make my number line, I'm going to start with, not 8, but I'm going to start with 7. And then I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then make the next line an 8, which I left kind of a large space there, so let me fix that. So 7.9 would be represented right here by this line. Now my next step would be to determine if the endpoint should be open or closed. Now you should have learned this before, but an inequality symbol that does not have the line underneath it, so it does not include greater than, less than, or equal to. So any symbols that don't have the line under them, greater than or less than, are open circles because they do not include the actual line that the circle is on. However, symbols less than or equal to and greater than or equal to are a closed circle. Sorry about my messy handwriting here. Closed circle. So our graph for A is going to be an open circle because there's no line under the inequality symbol. And then we have to figure out W is representing the solution set, so everything below or less than 7.9 is included, so my arrow is going to go in this direction, and I'm going to have a nice thick arrow or line here with an arrow at the end, and that's it. That's my graph. So the next one, we're going to start with a number line again, and this time our point is going to be at negative 8, so I'll start with maybe negative 4, negative 5, negative 6, negative 7, negative 8. Try to space them out accordingly, the best you can. Okay, and this time I have a line under my inequality, so that means I need a closed circle at -8. So I'm going to fill it in this time. And y is less than, so again my arrow is going to go to the left. That's my arrow. Kind of messy, sorry. It's hard to figure out where my pen is going on the iPad here. Okay, and a couple more examples. We'll do B and D as well. So start with the number line. You know, we can't see our steps anymore. And then label, we need to have a 3 included, so I'll put the 3 here. Maybe 2, 1, 0, and a 4. Just fill in some things around it. And we have a line under our inequality, so that means our point's going to be filled in at 3. And the solution set, P, is greater than. So that means everything above 3 on our number line, which is to the right. And that's it. And then the last one, I have a 4 where my point's going to be. So I'll do 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and my circle this time is going to be open because there's no line under my inequality. And 4, or the solution set T, is actually less than the 4. So my arrow is going to go to the left again. And that's it. Okay, moving on to next couple of examples. This time we're given the graphs and we have to write the equation. So the first one, you're going to find your point first, which is -7. It's an open circle, so I know my symbol is either going to be greater than or less than symbol. My arrow is going to the left, which makes the solution set less than -7. And I just need to pick a variable. So the solution set is less than -7. The next example, my solution set, again, the arrow is going to the left, so it's going to be a less than. And my point is at 15, and it's a closed circle, so that means it's going to include the equal to line underneath the symbol. Okay, the next example, this time our solution set is greater than the point. It's an open circle, so no line underneath the greater than symbol, and my point is at 2/3. And the last example, my solution set is going to the right, so that means it's greater than. It's a closed circle, so I need the line underneath, and it's at point 201, 201. So that's those examples on how to write an equation for a line graph inequality. Number 4, we're going to take a situation that might come about in the real world and graph it. So the temperature on a winter day is no more than 40 degrees Fahrenheit. Write an inequality showing the possible temperatures on the winter day. So we'll use T since we're talking about temperature. So the temperature is no more than 40. Remember what we talked about last time we did inequalities. No more means that it has to be less than or equal to 40 degrees Fahrenheit. And then the second part is just asking us to graph it. So we'll start with our number line here and pick a few points. We'll put maybe 40 in the middle here. Maybe we'll count by 5s this time. So we'll go down 35, 30, maybe 25. And above the 40, maybe we'll just go 45. Okay? So then we need to put our point at 40, and we're going to fill it in. It's closed because it's a less than or equal to. And then our line is going to go to the left because it's a less than. And that's it. Thank you for listening and taking notes.